Each week, I like to open up my consumer mail bag in a segment that we call Steve's Side Notes. Questions and tips from viewers that aren't quite a full story, but they're still important. And we will start with a couple of scams. First, a really urgent note that we got from two major pet shelters in Denver this week. A real disgusting scam targeting people who are searching for a lost pet. Both the Denver Dumb Friends League and the Denver Animal Shelter tell us that they've heard from people rushing to their shelter because they thought that their lost pet was found and in need of medical care. These scammers are finding people in social media forums who say that they've lost a pet. They ask for money over the phone. The Denver Dumb Friends League in Castle Rock says a woman came in after a scammer told her her lost dog had been hit by a car and wanted $1,300 for emergency surgery. This is pretty sophisticated. They even spoof phone numbers to make it appear the shelter's actually calling you. Shelter's director says no one would ever demand payment over the phone.
This is a pattern that we've seen around the holidays, and I fear that people have fallen prey to this scam. It's obviously completely repugnant.
So keep an eye out for that. Another scam, this one comes from Craig, who emailed steveyourside@9news.com. Craig says that he got a phone call from what looked like his doctor's office, but it was someone on the line telling him that they were sending a free DNA test for him to take. The caller told Craig that he needed to swab his cheek and bring the test into his Medicare primary care doc to see if he was a candidate for cancer. This is a Medicare scam. The fraudster is trying to bill Medicare a ton of money. Mark Fedoroff with the AARP says if you get an unsolicited call about anything involving your Medicare coverage, you need to be skeptical.
The goal is to bill Medicare for an unnecessary product or service. And so sometimes it's a neck brace, sometimes it's a back brace, sometimes it's a DNA swab, sometimes it's a different type of test kit. So we've heard a lot of different variations of this, but the bottom line is never give out your Medicare number to an unsolicited caller, because they could use it for anything. And sometimes the bills are astronomical for something as easy as a DNA test kit. I've seen reports where they've been up to $30,000 that they tried to bill Medicare for those.
Finally, being a good consumer when you're shopping for stocking stuffers for adults. Chances are you might grab some scratch-off tickets from the Colorado Lottery. Did you know that the lottery posts stats about each game, including the odds of winning and the top prizes remaining? It's called Scratch Insider. You can find out, for instance, the Reindeer Riches game is a $1 ticket with a 1 in 4 overall odds, and the site says that 3 of the 4 top prizes of $5,000 are still out there. Now, I don't know how often they update this, because when I tried to reach out to the lottery to talk about it, a spokeswoman said they didn't want to take part in a segment about Scratch Insider. The lottery said that they didn't want to give the impression that this info increases your odds of winning, but hey, at least it gives you a little bit of info. If you have a consumer question or something you want us to look into for you, email steveyourside@9news.com.